Hey, it is Daily B, episode number 57. So what are we talking about? Endurance. Hey, it's Brian from Wright732.com and fitin.com, PHITIN.com. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about endurance. So just so you know, I'm really tired. I woke up exhausted today. I had a very long yesterday, and I am getting through today, but I'm shot. So I'm not complaining. What I'm explaining is that one of the keys to finding success as an entrepreneur is having the ability to do what has to be done when it has to be done. Your level of fatigue, how late you went out last night, how early you have to get up this morning, it doesn't matter. The marketplace is going to dictate what has to get done. You need to understand that you cannot sleep in when you have things to do. You have to stay up late some days. You have to get up early some days. You have to do what you have to do because it's never what you want. It's what you're willing to work for. So endurance is a huge factor in this. You have to have the ability to push even when you don't want to. I don't believe in pushing beyond. You don't want to have diminishing returns, meaning if you go so far, it's going to take away from your future ability to perform. That's not really the best. You do have to do that from time to time because sometimes, speed is really important. So you're going to have to take action at times where you may not be physically prepared or mentally prepared, and you've got to go and you've got to push, but it's because it has to be done and you'll be afforded the time to recover later. But on a daily basis, you still have to provide so that you're hydrating, you're eating, and you're sleeping. If you're sacrificing those things for work, you're just diminishing your ability to perform. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. You still have to take care of yourself, but you've got to cut out the excuses that don't allow you to squeeze every second out of your operating day. Which again, it's like the return on investment aspect of it. So if you're playing video games, if you're watching TV, if you're going to the movies, if you're going out and doing exorbitant lunches and stuff like that, when you have stuff to do, that's ridiculous. So you really shouldn't be loading up your DVR and doing marathons of whatever when you have a lot of work to do. When you have work to do, you get it done and you endure. You come up with the discipline to stay on point no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on, if you have deadlines to achieve. So right now, fitin.com is a huge priority for me. I have a lot of content that has to be done. I can't afford to cut corners. I can't afford to not do these videos. I can't afford to not write. I can't afford to not communicate with people. So I have to do what I have to do, no matter how I feel. The world doesn't care that my son was itchy last night. I have a 3-year-old son that has eczema, and when it's hot like this, he's itchy, which means at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, he needs to have cream put on him, or he's itchy, or he needs to get something to drink to calm him down or whatever. As a father, I have family responsibilities, which it's the same factor when it comes to endurance. My son's eczema doesn't care that I had a hard day. My hard day doesn't say, I'm going to make it easier because your kid has eczema. Like, I have to balance out my responsibilities, and so do you. You have to do what you have to do at home. You have to do what you have to do when it comes to achieving the things you set out to achieve. If you falter on either one of them, you're not going to get probably both. And, it's the balance factor. Endurance gives you the balance. So if I choose to push at work, but I choose to not push at home, my happiness and fulfillment at home is not going to be in place. And, so no matter what I do at work, if I don't have the benefit of celebrating that at home because of stress that I'm causing them by not giving them what they need, what's the point of the whole process anyway? And if I'm really giving 100% to my family, which is screwing up my work, now I don't have the ability to provide, so that relationship I have at home is eventually going to diminish. So again, it's that balance. You really have to embrace the balance and the endurance on both ends. So you have to act appropriately to your kids and to your spouse and to your family, and you have to treat your business appropriately. You can't put one over the other because they both provide for each other. They both provide for you. They are the things that create the security and the happiness that you want and you need. So when you're training, when you're living, when you're doing whatever, you really do have to embrace the push factor when you know you need to get things done. I say this over and over and over again. The marketplace doesn't care what you want. It only will respond when you are willing to work. So it's not what you want, it's what you're willing to work for. So you have to work. You have to suck it up. You have to get the job done. Not what you want. It's what you're willing to do. So you make the choice. You say, I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. There's no in between on this. So that's the message of the day. So I'm tired, but I've been working, and I'm going to continue to work. And I'm going to spend time with my son, and I'm going to spend time with my wife, and I'm going to make sure that I have balance in my life, because it's extremely important that I am satisfied due to my efforts. So that's the deal. So I hope my message comes across. I hope you suck it up and get things done. And I hope that if you do have priorities and you do have things that you are turning from dreams into goals, you're not sitting on the beach all day, and you're not sitting at the bar all night, and you're not sitting in front of the tube all afternoon, that you're actually going to apply yourself with the time that you've got to make your dreams a concrete reality. That's it. You want to be an entrepreneur, this is the deal. Got to get it done.